This is Jamie Steinberg with Starry Constellation Magazine. Madison, this is an exceptional role for you. I'm startled for you throughout the entire movie. And also, I'm sympathetic towards you as well, since no one believes you, but you are known for these white lies. Is that what you think is what truly makes this a character that's so not believed about the fear? Is that she's known for these tales, or is it just the innocence of the times?
I think it's both. I think it's a combination of, she does have a history of these little white lies to warrant some attention that maybe she feels like she's not getting, but also just being in the mindset of a small town and in the 70s, and this has never really been an issue. Um, and a little bit of denial, I think, on maybe her parents' part of like, no, this couldn't possibly happen to us. This couldn't possibly happen in our town, and it couldn't possibly happen to Annie. I think all of those work in tandem with one another, and especially with everything that the other characters have going on as well, because they have their own internal struggles and conflicts and things that they're facing. So I think it's a really honest portrayal in that way of like I can imagine as a parent, you have your own stuff going on, you have your own battles that you're fighting, with you and your spouse, and then to have your daughter come to you and tell you something of such great importance, maybe your default being that denial, unfortunately.
Well, I love that scene between you and Allie Larder where she's talking to you and you're having this heart to heart about that moment where she doesn't really believe one another. But there's also this insane physicality you have to this role. You have to learn to shoot, you have to ride horses, you have to do so much. How did you prepare yourself physically for this?
Yeah, well, I grew up riding horses a little bit. So for that, it was more of just getting a bit of a refresher and hopping back on. And honestly, that was the physicality of this role is one of my favorite aspects of it. So just preparing for all of those things before we even started shooting. So that way, on the day of filming, I was already confident in it and I could really do as many stunts and portray the physicality in a believable way, was super, super helpful and really exciting to me.
Was the van always there when you're shooting those scenes and then it like blinks away almost? Is it always there when you're having to react against it?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. There were a lot of moments filming this where I was acting opposite the van, which is such a unique aspect of the story. The fact that the van is kind of a character in its own right. But yeah, it was always there and it was always creepy.
What do you think it is about The Man in the White Van that is going to make it such a startling movie for so many people? I think it's a thrill ride through and through because you don't know one moment to the next if you truly need to believe Annie or not.
Yeah, and I think the story being told from Annie's perspective and really honing in on what she's feeling and thinking and being told from the perspective of what she knows is a really unique aspect that helps the film be as gripping as it is. Because as an audience member, you're exactly right. You never know until the very end actually what's going on, because that's when Annie finds out what's going on.
Well, you do an exceptional job at making this a startling movie, as I said throughout the film, and I'm just in awe of the work you put into this.
Thank you so much.